Welcome to renttv. I don't I don't know what category to put this under, like as far as all the like shows we have. But no Diddy. Um it's like you get to a point in life where at least I've gotten to a point in life where I just don't want to do certain things no more, bro. Like I just don't want to do certain things no more. Like I don't have the zeal to do certain things no more, bro. Like and it's as deep as you think and it's as shallow as you think at the same time. I just don't got the energy, bro. It's like I could do it, but it's like everything in my soul is telling me, bro, like even when I try to do certain things, I start to feel like even the feelings that I got before from doing it, I don't like I don't get no more. Like, even if I get it initially, it's like while I'm in the midst of doing it, it's like I start to feel like, bro, like what's the point? Or just like the adrenaline rush I used to get, or the feeling of, man, this feels right, like you made the right decision. I don't feel that no more. Like where it's just like with certain things where it's just like it doesn't feel like, oh man, yeah, this is it. Like right or wrong, like when you're in the midst of it, you just feel like when you're in the midst of it, you just feel like, yeah, regardless of what I did, to get to do whatever it is you're doing, it just feels like, bro, like you're not even thinking about that. That's outside of like what you're thinking about in the midst. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like in the middle of you doing it, when you start thinking like, bro, like I'm not even getting those feelings anymore as far as gratifications, like the, oh, like you felt like it was the right decision before, where it's just like you, it doesn't feel like that. And it's like it's just certain things I just, it feels like it's moving me too much. And that's what I realized on like a spiritual level. It just feels like it's moving me too much away from where I am. And I feel like that's how life is, bro. It's like if it's moving you too much away from where you are, there's a feeling that comes with that. But if it exists within where you are, there's a feeling that comes with that as well. But when those feelings, like as far as like when you start feeling a feeling, and all this sounds crazy, but if you follow, you follow. When you start feeling a feeling that's like, oh, bruh, like it's not really matching. You know what I'm saying? It's like you could try to be, a certain thing, and you could try to be a certain way, bro. Nah, or you could just try to like get the same results that you used to get as far as doing the same things that you used to do. But even you in that process of trying to get that result, you realize, bro, even getting those results doesn't really even mean nothing, really. Just because even the process of you trying to get those results, there's some type of like adrenaline rush and feelings you get from you in that process of trying to get those results. And a lot of times people won't explain that, but that's what matters the most, bro. Is the feeling you get or the feelings you get in between you doing what you do and trying to get those results or that result. It's not really like you getting the result. You getting the result, it's not even really the climax. So, or at least even if it's the climax, everything that comes after the climax is downwards unless you maintain the climax. Or how long are you going to maintain the climax? And I'm not talking about nothing like sexual at all. 0% sexual. I'm just talking about some regular stuff where it's just like the feeling really anything you do in life, bro, if you really pay attention, the climax really, to be honest, is you going from where you go to get to the climax. And necessarily that's the definition of the climax. If you really think about it, if you really pay attention to the definition of the climax, it's not just the climax, it's where it starts to when you get to the climax. Everything that happens in between is the climax, bro. And you only realize that after you get to the climax and you start going downwards. That's when you realize that, oh, nah, that wasn't really the climax. Because at the climax, it's very short-lived a lot of times. And the memories in those times, they're not really as great as the memories and the feelings and everything that's attached to, like, you going from where you went from to the climax. That's what means everything, bro. That's the everything of everybody's story, bro. If you really think about it, if you're really paying attention, that's the everything to everybody's story. Is from where you started to where they claim the climax is, or whenever you get to someone, whatever you think the climax is, it doesn't matter. Wherever the climax may be for you or for whoever, that's really where everything is. It's not really the climax. It's never really the climax if you really think about it. That's just whatever. It's really everything. That's what you hold on to. That's what means the most to you. That's what sticks to your heart, your soul, and your everything, bro. It's that. It's really that, bro. It's like the climax is overrated, bro. It's overrated. Like, when you get to that point, bro, life is boring, really. Like, from what I've seen, like, life is boring. But there's different climaxes in your life. There's different, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a million stories going on in your life at the same time. There's a million stories going on in your life at the same time. So there's a million climaxes you're gonna, go through in your life. It's not just one, but sometimes it's that one that the majority of people acknowledge. That's the one that usually they try to make the climax of your life. It's the one that the most amount of people acknowledge, but you know what you know. You know? Pun intended. As you experience life, you realize if you're paying attention, or if you're paying attention to, I guess what I'm paying attention to, let me not say if you pay attention, because, that's subjective. It's really going from wherever you went from to, you know, whatever they claim the climax is. That's where it's at, bro. That's the real climax, bro. That's where everything is, bro, in life. That's where everything is tucked in. That's where the joyous of joys are. That's where the lowest of lows are. But that's the beauty in it. You know, that's the things you hold on to. Those are the things that means the world to you at the end of the day. And a lot of times you don't realize it till you get to the other side and you realize you could experience all those things. You could, but the feelings, it's not even the same. It's not. Maybe it's the adrenaline rush. Maybe it's the not knowing or not having or not like. And I have to say it just because I'm like so-called whatever. Fuck it. I was about to say some shit, but fuck it. People could assume it doesn't matter, bro. Think what they want to think. Shit. But yeah, like that's the real. That's where everything is, bro. Is that space between like not having and having. That's where everything is. That's the joy in life. That's the most joyous part of life, bro. The space between not having and having. And it's crazy. That part of life is crazy, but that's the most joyous part of life. The space of having and not having. You know. But like back to back to what I was saying. Is like I'm at a point where I feel like it's just certain things I don't want to do no more, bro. And don't assume I'm talking about like certain things. No, it's not even that. It's just regular things, bro. Just regular things, bro. Like it's just certain things I don't want to do no more. But I'm coming to a realization too at the same time that a good chunk of my life and a good chunk of people's lives is based on like I don't want to say those things, but it's just based on you like either having that realization or not I mean, it's always the same realization, bro, at all times, to be honest. It's just even when you're doing things that now it's like the things that now I feel like, man, I don't want to do no more. Or some regular life stuff. I was thinking certain things when I was doing those things, like, man, there's certain things I don't want to do no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at that time, I was thinking that too. But it was different things, different type of things. Just like now, it's like every time I'm thinking that at all times in life, like you really thinking that at all times in life, like, man, there's certain things I don't want to do no more. And you always think of that, man, there's certain things I don't want to do no more. There's certain things I don't want to do no more. There's certain things I want to do no more. But there's times where it's just like you have an epiphany where it's just like things that are at a certain, is like at a certain point where you feel like, yeah, I had little versions of that compared to like the feeling you have or the feelings you're having at a certain moment where it's just like that's what like, you know what I'm saying? That's what makes it, that's what it's like, that's a magnified version of all those other things, and that's what makes it very like monumental, where it's just like, bro, like you just certain things I just don't want to do no more. And it's like, you know, it could just be like some energy things where it's just like I rather just put energy towards, and it's like, bro, you could try, like when you're really there, bro, you could try to put that energy towards like whatever it is, and it's just like if you're paying attention to yourself and you have self-awareness, you just realize, like, bro, it's just not fitting my soul. It's just not fitting anything for me to keep trying to do that. It's like, bro, you could try, bro. You could really try. And it's like, bro, it's not giving you the same feeling, or it's not giving you the same, like, gratification you used to get from it. It's not giving you the same, like, if you're a person that feels off like adrenaline rush or whatever it is. I mean, it's all adrenaline, really. No Diddy though. No Diddy though. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, like, no Diddy again. It be like that, but you gotta pay attention to what you say and what you know, not even what you think, but what's in the perimeter of you thinking. If you know, you know. Comes with that. See? I was about to say comes with everything, but you see? You know, you gotta pay attention. Like, you gotta pay attention, bro. You gotta take your time when you talk. Take your time when you, like, think. Take your time when you say what you say. Cause all that stuff matters, bro. Understand yourself. That's the deepest thing to everything. You see, now that have two meanings to it, so it's cool. As long as you know what it means to you. You gotta know what it means to you. That's the most important thing. And the energy you put behind the things you say, it's about what it means to you, because you're the author. But it's about making sure. See? You the author. No Diddy. You the author. And you pay attention to the fact that you the author. Like, you could know it as far as for yourself, but when you project, you gotta make sure it's constructed in a certain way, and you deliver it in a you deliver it in a certain way, because you're projecting. You see? It's too much. Y'all don't get me though. You see?